Hey, this is Amanda from The Fundamental Home, and I am here doing part 2 in a series with my lovely friend,
Tawra from Living on a Dime,
and my other lovely friend,
Lindsey from Sounds Like Rain.
and we are talking about saving on groceries. In part 1, I chatted with Tawra about how I feed my family, as you guys know, on my $30 a week grocery budget, and we talked a lot about that, so make sure you head over to her channel to hear about that. And then after we talk, let's see how we're going to do this. Lindsey is going to interview Tawra, so we're all just going to talk about all the things that we do, and make sure you go to all of our channels to see all 3 parts, because we all do things differently, but we have a lot of valuable information that'll help you save on your groceries. So I'm going to talk to Lindsey. The reason why I was excited to interview her is because if you are in our Frugal Family Food Facebook group, a lot of the questions we get are on healthy eating. Eating with the different kinds of special diets like organic, gluten-free, and Lindsey tries to feed her family organic most of the time. Is that correct?
Right, yeah.
Okay, is there any other special diets in your house? Do you guys do gluten-free or anything?
No, not really.
It's just the organic?
Yeah.
And I think you said that organic, like there were certain things that you really try to do organic?
Yeah, so I can't always afford to buy everything organic, but I try to avoid like the dirty dozen, the list of the 12 fruits and vegetables that are highly sprayed with pesticides. And then I mostly try to buy dairy that's organic, or meat. Meat's more important to me, that it comes from a source that I trust. And so like, we also don't drink a ton of milk, but we do drink milk. We have 4 little boys that are growing, and so and I like to drink milk too. So I try to get that either grass-fed or raw, or as like close to the source as possible.
So you don't get it from like a Whole Foods or anything? You actually...
Yeah, I try to get it from a farmer, and we've in the past been able to do some work trades with that. That's one way you can get that. If you know, it is pricey. It's in our area to get good quality milk. It's pricey, but again, I just see it as a supplement as opposed to like drinking tons of it every day. So, you know, the boys might have a small glass every day as opposed to like as much milk as you want all day long. And then if I'm gonna make something with milk that's like for cooking, I'll usually buy a lesser milk, like just any kind.
That's interesting, because I do that too. I have what's called cooking milk, and I take a can of evaporated milk and I add water to it.
Yeah.
And that's my cooking milk. If I even use milk at all, because a lot of recipes you can just use water interchangeably, or sometimes I'll use yogurt or sour cream depending on what I'm making.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is a really good tip and a trick in order to make the most of it. I think purposeful eating is also a great idea. We do a lot of that too, where those things that have the highest in nutrients, we really try to make sure everybody's getting it. You know, some people in my household, I'm not going to name any names, but she's a girl, don't like to have a lot of the green vegetables, but she gets green vegetables in a certain portion because it's good for her, and that's what parents do. They make sure they're getting them. So I think it's a good idea if you have your little boys and you're doing the milk to portion it out, make sure everyone's getting the most of it.
Yeah.
well, a lot of people just allow their kids to suck on a sippy cup full of milk or juice
Right.
all day long.
Yeah.
And I had a lady tell me, you guys are going to die, a lady tell me she bought a gallon of milk every single day for mom and dad and a 2-year-old.
Oh wow.
Every day. Again, and that's just, it's not necessary at all.
Probably unhealthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that we talk a lot in Frugal Family Food Facebook group about choices, like each individual family is going to make choices. And so you have to decide for your family what you think is best for you and your family's health. But I don't think it's necessary. I think that there's a lot of misinformation out there that people think that it's necessary that you get so much, you know, milk or meat or even leafy green vegetables. Frankly, those things, even, you know, moderation and everything, if you have too much of those, that's not a good thing either.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you really have to be purposeful in what you do choose to eat and what you do give your family, and not just, that's one of those things you just can't leave the pantry open and let everybody grab what they want.
Yep. And with meat too, we don't have meat at every meal. We probably eat meat once or twice a week for dinner, and then lunches we usually eat leftovers. Breakfast is, we do have chickens, so we get eggs from our chickens. We eat those for breakfast, or we have oatmeal. So we're not eating meat at every meal, and I see meat as more something you don't have to have every day. And especially when you're buying higher quality, like, it's gonna be very expensive if you eat it every day. and that.
About how much do you spend on groceries?
Um,
Just on organic groceries? Because I know one lady was spending about $1,200 a month for the parents and 3 small kids. I think 3 or 4 small kids. And so it can get really expensive. Do you guys, how much do you spend on that? Do you?
Well, I had to think about it because I do buy stuff in bulk, and so my weekly budget is not always the same. And even seasonally, I probably spend different. Like in the summer, I'm spending less because we're getting things from the garden or from just, there seems to be more in the summer. So I guess I had to think about it, and we probably spend about $70 to $150 a week. And that does include toilet paper and soap, or
your personal.
it includes everything.
So you're
basically.
doing really good.
I guess.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, I know people, they email me, they spend $500 a week. And I'm just floored.
I could spend a lot of money on food.
So the personal items, do you get those, like, are those special? Because we buy like goat's milk soap for Ricky because he has to have it for his skin. Is there anything specialty or local that you do with your personal items?
Not exactly. I mean, we have, toilet paper. I just buy, in large quantities.
Stuff,
yeah. And then I don't always buy paper towels. I mostly just use rags. And then dish soap. I like to buy the like more natural dish soaps. And
do you make any of that stuff?
I don't. I make my laundry detergent and like for like personal care, we basically just use soap. Toothpaste and those things aren't like so expensive all the time.
Yeah, I don't get these people. I don't understand. And they'll come out of Walmart and they'll have a $200 bill and they went in for toothpaste and they don't understand what they've bought, and so the actual basics aren't really that expensive.
Yeah.
In their defense, I will say, I've said this before in a couple other videos, and I'm going to say it again, that the stores are set up.
They are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, definitely. That's what they're doing. So, I mean, that's one of those things, if you're not purposeful, if you're not focused on what you're doing, and you go in there, before you know, you're going to come out with $200 and be like, what in the world happened? How did this happen?
Yep.
How did this jump in my cart?
Exactly.
Like, the store tricked me again. But they do. I mean, that's what they're in business for. They put a lot of money into making sure that's happening.
What kind of stores do you?
Well, we have Aldi as well. I spend a good portion of my food money at Aldi. And then we also have like a local food co-op, which I go to mostly for meat, and then I buy some bulk spices and things there. And I do buy all of my staples in bulk, so I'll buy like 50-pound bags of oats, large bags of rice, flour or whatever, beans. And so that stuff is like a bigger cost up front, but then it lasts a long time, like several months.
Yeah.
So
Do you buy those online?
I buy them through our co-op. And I just recently found a place that's even cheaper, that's a little bit farther. But yeah, there's places you can find out.
Well, and that's one thing that people don't realize. It may be worth it to drive a little further, but do the math and make sure.
Yeah.
If these people,
the
people who used to drive around to 10 different gas stations trying to save 5 cents in gas, and you're like, you're kidding me, that's $1 and you just wasted, all this gas driving all over. But it does pay. Like for me, we don't have Aldi in Colorado. But if we had one that was even 3 hours away, it would be worth it for me to drive to Aldi, stock up for a month or two, fill the car up, with all the stuff I would use, and bring it home. That would actually save, save a lot.
Yeah,
so,
and we mostly, like, I don't buy a lot of, like, pre-made stuff. I mostly make everything from scratch. And I find that when you go to those discount stores, it's often tempting, like, oh, there's some really nice snack food that's really cheap. But it's like, if you even buy all that stuff, it's going to add up. So, we can save a lot of money that way, just by making things simple at home. And I do kind of monitor how much my children are, like, I don't let them just have, like, free-for-all snacks all day. Like, they kind of know when they can eat.
Because sometimes if they're just bored.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like they're lacking nutrients or they're really hungry.
Yeah,
It's
or
just
they're
like,
thirsty.
I think I want something. I'll take this.
Yeah.
So,
So how long do you spend in the kitchen cooking? You said you make everything from scratch. How long do you spend in the kitchen cooking?
Well, Bracken tells me too much time. But
it takes longer than people think.
I know. I don't even, I just
How long does it
Make
usually
meals.
take you to do dinner? Do you know? 30 minutes?
Like an hour.
Oh, it takes
40.
me like 2 hours at least.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Really?
yes, because if you're
Wow.
talking about like cutting all your vegetables and
Yeah.
there's, you know, a lot of things that I make have different steps and it'll last a few, especially dinners. It'll last for a few meals. But there's a lot of steps involved and people don't realize it until they're actually sitting there doing it. My husband, he sees me do it and he has no concept of time.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so thanks for joining us, and this is just part 2, like I said, of a 3-part series on saving on your groceries. So definitely head to Sounds Like Rain channel, and I'm going to have links in the cards up at the top if you haven't been paying attention, and also down in the description box to both of these wonderful channels. And you guys can go over to see Lindsey interview Tawra about her grocery budgeting, and if you've part of the Frugal Family Food group, you know that Tara's involved and she's hanging out there, and actually Lindsey is too. And but Tawra talks about her cookbook that she has, really great, helpful cookbook, and I'll have a link down in the description box for that too. So head over to Sounds Like Rain next. You're going to see part 3, and you're going to get all kinds more helpful information to help you to save. See you next time. Bye. Hey, thanks for watching. I'm really glad you came to visit us here at the Fundamental Home. Make sure if you enjoyed this video that you click the like button and also click subscribe right below me for more videos coming into your inbox all the time. And also, if you enjoy social media, we've got links up at the top here for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, all the other fun things. And check out thefundamentalhome.com for more information about what we're doing all the time and how we do it, because there's way more details there. And here over to the right, we have some videos that I recommend. So thanks again for coming by, and we'll see you next time. Bye!